Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. That's right, it's your boy Roy will be Roy coming back at you from the lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. Time is currently 2 o'clock in the PMs, or approximately 91 degrees Fahrenheit. We already know we're not in Canada, so no Celsius. But wanted to come on here with the response video to another YouTuber's video I saw yesterday. Goes by the name Dasher Pass. Now, let's start off with saying this right off the bat. Now, I'm not trying to bash this person, so don't get your panties in the twist that Roy's trying to cause drama with another YouTuber, because that has nothing to do with it. To respond to something she said that telling people to just get a job if they don't like gig work is an invalid argument. Well, I'm here to say it's a very valid argument. And I'm going to give you some examples why. Shouldn't have to, but we're going to give you some examples why. She felt that it's an invalid argument. First of all, when people go out and do these gig works, they do it on the premise that they're their own boss. They want to be independent. They want to do this. So I think what it comes down to is when somebody tells you that you don't like it, get a job, it's all about the butt hurt at that point. Because we all know that everybody thinks they're something special and that, they have these egos and pride involved. And when somebody comes along that says, hey, if you don't like it, just get a job, it hurts that butt. And so they automatically will look for every and any excuse to consider it invalid because they don't want to feel that maybe what they're doing is invalid and what they're doing to themselves are invalid. Because like I said, nobody wants to look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm fucking up or I'm not doing something right. They don't believe that. They only want to believe what they want to believe, that they're the greatest, and that's the end of the story. So when it comes to telling people, hey, if you don't like it, get a job, I think a lot of it boils down to that. But we're going to give some reasons because some of the stuff I saw and some of the stuff she said that there's no context. When somebody says, if you don't like it, get a job, there's no context involved. Well, if any of you spend enough time on YouTube and YouTubers' channels, all the context that you need to see are in the comment sections daily. To make it a valid argument. We see it day in, day out in the comment section. All the reasons that make it a valid argument, all the context. But we're just going to go over it. I'm going to go over just 3 of them. I'm sure there's many more. I get to probably think of a gazillion of them, but probably the top 3 most important ones. One is finances. If you have to go out here, and I constantly see people there not making the money, it's slow, I'm having a hard time making my bills. There's your number one context, is your financial situation. If you're finding yourself having to work 80, 70, 80 hours a week just to maintain the amount of money you were making at 40 hours a week, and you're still barely getting by, you're not being able to save the money you need to save maybe for taxes later on, you're just barely getting enough to pay your bills, that's context number one. The whole deal is you can get a job, you can work 40 hours, and you can still do the gig work on the side. At least when you have a job, when I tell you go out and get a job instead of, the gig work, you have a guaranteed income. You know if you're going to get paid $600 every week, guess what? $600 every week. And then you can work your gig off that. Also, job security. Definitely, you don't have to go out every day worrying about if I'm going to be deactivated because I fucked up on an order. No, you got a job. As long as you're doing your job, chances are you're going to keep your job. So you're guaranteed that $600, and you're not having to worry about being fired every day. Benefits. A job has benefits. You could be getting medical. You could be getting dental. Other benefits, 2 weeks paid vacations, paid sick leave. All this comes with having a job. And you can still do your gig work on the side. So there's plenty of context there of why, if you don't like it, get a job. There's plenty of jobs out here. You can have the pick of the litter when it comes to jobs right now. And pick whatever you want to do. If you want to deliver, then get a job delivering. There's plenty of them out there. No excuse not to. All right? And this is going to be probably a little longer video, so some of you hopefully have the patience to go through the whole video. But, that's number one, your financial situation. Number 2 is your mental health and physical health situations. You have no benefits when you're doing gig work. You're out going out there every day. You're saying, I fucking hate this job. I hate it. My app is glitching. I'm not making enough money. That's all stress. Stress works over your whole body. So you're constantly thinking, You're constantly stressed out. Am I going to get deactivated because I fucked up? Am I going to get deactivated because I didn't do this order right? Am I going to get deactivated for this? Am I going to be able to make enough money this week to pay the babysitters, pay my mortgage? All this is stressful on you. We see it day in the comments. I hate this. I'm not making enough money. I'm not doing this. This is all shit you're stressing about. Stress is one of the number one killers. It causes heart issues, causes weight gain. And that's another thing. You're sitting in your car nonstop. 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, sitting in your car. That's not healthy. You're not healthy. I'm sure a lot of people, such as myself and included, have gained weight, lots of weight, sitting in their cars all day. Yeah, you get out and run to the thing and walk to the thing, get the order, walk to the house. But that's not exercise. And if you're stuck in a car, there's many issues sitting in a car. Your kidneys can be affected by this. Your back, your neck, your knees. You know, you can end up with blood clots in your system, kind of like I did. From sitting in the car all day, driving around, looking for orders, stressing out. So that's second reason. Your mental health and your physical health. You know? Third, we always people complain about is the safety issues. Oh, the apps don't do enough to keep us safe. Well, not saying that if you got a job that you're not going to be safe, you know, you can't 100% guarantee it. But if you're working a job at a call center, you're working a job at a restaurant, you don't have to worry 40 hours a week if I'm going to die in a car accident. Okay? You don't have to worry about somebody going to jack me from the back seat, stab me in my neck. Okay? So safety alone, that's another reason. You know, you're putting yourself in a car 70, 80 hours a week. You're increasing your chances of dying or being severely hurt in an accident by a gazillion percent. You're risking your life when you're picking up strangers. Hey, this might be the one crazy guy that stabs me in my neck. So that goes back to number 2. You're stressing out about who you're picking up every day. Not to mention the safety issue of picking up people every day. Yeah, you know, there's no guarantees even if you had a job, but when you're putting yourself at more risk than you would normally have by doing this gig work 70, 80 hours a week, it becomes an issue. And it becomes context to when I say if you don't like it, get another job. Because if you're going to sit here and bitch and complain about the safety issues, you don't like it, get a job that's safer. You're going to bitch and complain about you're so stressed out, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. That's context number 2. You don't like it, get a new job. Something less stressful, something easier on you to do. Where you're not having to, and you're guaranteed something every week. You're not worried about, am I going to do this? And number 1, finances. Goes back to the same thing. You don't like it, get another job. Get a job in which you can work your finances with gig work with a full-time job. Let that ego and that pride fucking go in your dome. Quit thinking just because somebody says, hey, you don't like it, get a job, that's anything bad. It's nothing bad having to go back to a W-2. You know, that's only for you ego people that have an issue with that think you're above being told what to do and you're the you know it all. But those are 3 contexts where when somebody says that, hey, if you don't like it, get a job, that fall into what she was talking about, that there is no valid argument. That's a perfectly valid arguments, all 3 of those issues. And these are the issues we see constantly in people's comment sections in their room. So to say that when somebody tells you that there is no context, well, if you're in these rooms on a regular, your context is right there in front of you every day. Not to mention the 3 examples I just gave you. But, and like I said, she said something about, you know, trying to be a bigger part of something. How long are you gonna let yourself get fucked in the ass before you fucking decide, hey, nothing's changing? Are you gonna sit there and just keep getting fucked in the ass for the next 6, 7 years, 5 years, however long it takes to get legislation? Let's think about it. 8 out of 10 people only give a fuck about themselves. So this thinking that we can just do these groups and blah blah blah, and that shit ain't working. We've already seen it go down the toilet. Everybody's for themselves. So let's get that shit straight. You know, if you're just going to fuck yourself in hopes that something's going to get better, you're not doing yourselves any favor. So hopefully y'all made it to the end of this video. I know attention spans are kind of short in this bitch. But remember, you are the creator of your own destiny. Nobody's going to do it for you.